Unit 9.5, creating references using inheritance hierarchies. I went ahead. I made a main class just to do a little driving here of the API. So I'm going to just create objects. That's all. I'm going to create some objects and just show how to make them. The most important part for this is which ones can I instantiate and how. Now I went ahead and I put some stuff in my main here. You could see I have two, a from address and a to address, because I don't want to keep typing this up. So I'm just going to use these variables as my addresses. So first, let's get to the API. I want to instantiate a mail. Actually, you know what? Let's do an object first. Perfectly fine. Why? You remember the word super? The super was calling the object's default constructor. That's the only one it has. So I could make an object. This doesn't help us so much with the mail API because objects is all the way at the top. And in unit 9.7, we're going to take a look at that. Okay, so I'm going to, at this point, say, yes, we could instantiate it, but it's not helpful in terms of the mail API. So let's go another step down. So I'm going to make a mail. Okay. What am I seeing here? Well, I'm trying to create a mail using the default constructor. So let me go back and show you that. Right here. And then it's giving me an error. Why? It's saying, hey, cannot instantiate the type mail. Why? It's abstract. This is what I meant. See, this abstract is what's causing this error. So let's make a note. Cannot instantiate an abstract object. Or I should say cannot instantiate an object from an abstract class. Hold on. All right, just to further drive the point home, remember I come down and I made this also abstract, a regular mail. So if I try doing that, same issue. I can't do it with the default. I can't do it with the non-default. You can't do it at all. So the same thing holds true here. Okay. That means I could go further down. So I can't do mail. I can't do this. I can't do that. So I could do these ones. Okay. Regular envelope. Let's try that one. Just creating references. That's what these are called. Objects, instance of a class, references, regular envelope is going to be new, regular envelope. Okay. That's the default one. Perfect. I can make that. Let me go back and check this out then. So if I go to the regular envelope, it does this one. It calls the parent super, okay, which means it does regular mail. So we go up here. That in turn calls the mail super, which is up here. And the mail in turn calls the object. So the object's made first, then the mail. See, but this down here means put the information for mail. We got all this little extra stuff, and then I need to go further back down, right? Because remember, after that, then I make the regular mail, and then I make the regular envelope, right? Now, I could do that for any one of these. So let me just pick another one. Let's say priority box, for example. Okay, I'm going to make a non-default. Okay, so let's do that. Just to show a different thing. So priority. Okay. So it says to put in the weight. It's a 2 pound. And it's from address to address. All right, let me just look back and make sure that the priority box was created that way. So we see the from, address, to address, put a little space here. So it's the wait, from, and to. Wait, from, and to. So I made the address for the priority box, and that's pretty much what you do when you instantiate objects. You just write the name of the class, the name of the object equal to new, and the constructor that you're using. If it's a default, no parameters. If it's a non-default or parameterized, then you put parameters in. So you can see here, the way I normally read it is I go construct a new regular envelope object and call it regenv. Construct, that's the constructor, a new regular envelope and call it regenv. That's pretty much what we want to see. But let's shift gears and start talking about hierarchies. So, what if I wanted to do this? Mail m equals to new regular envelope. What happens here? I shouldn't say main, but mail. What happens here is that I'm creating a mail, but I'm using the regular envelope. Is that even correct? Yeah, it is. Because a regular envelope is a mail. That's where we started. You have to read the ISA from right to left. The constructor must be a concrete type. The guy you're assigning it to has to be the same type or a parent. Child on the right, parent on the left. We say a regular envelope is a mail. What if I turn it around? Well, two problems here. Number one, this is incorrect because a mail is not a regular envelope. It's the other way around. That's like a rectangle and a square. Also, we can't instantiate a mail. It's abstract. See, this helps when you write your code properly using the right tools, like the abstract class that I created. I can't make this mistake because it's going to tell me, hey, this is wrong. Now, I know I can't do it, but this is one of the questions that would show up on an AP exam. If the parent's on the right and the kid's on the left, that's incorrect. Always kid on the right, parent on the left. That's the is-a relationship. So no matter what we are doing, we have to make sure that the instantiation works like this. This type is that type. So I could do it with other ones. I could say mail m2 is equal to, now I'm going to say new priority box. Perfectly fine, because a priority box is a mail. But let's go up the API and just play around with this then. So this is where I just made this one at the very bottom. It could also be equal to a priority mail. It's just as long as it's a parent. So doesn't matter where you are. If I look up from here, I could make it, this could be one like that, or object. Let me go further up. It could be a mail. It could be an object. With that one thinking. Any parent, grandparent that above me, once I'm instantiating, I could put the kid on the right and one of those parents on the left. Now you should be wondering, why do you need to do this? What's the purpose of this? Why can't we just do priority box equals new priority box? And that answer is coming up in 9.6.